Hello, welcome to the Self Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Chapter 3 Social Institution, Continuity and Change. And our topic is Tribal Communities. Tribe is a modern term for communities that are very old, being among the oldest inhabitants of the subcontinent. Tribes in India have generally been defined in terms of what they were not. Tribes were communities that did not practice a religion with a written text, did not have a state or political form of normal kind, did not have sharp class divisions, and most important, they did not have caste and were neither Hindus nor peasants. The term was introduced in the colonial era. The use of a single term for a very disparate set of communities was more a matter of administrative convenience. Now let us discuss classifications of tribal societies. In terms of positive characteristics, tribes have been classified according to their permanent and acquired traits. Permanent traits include reason, language, physical characteristics, and ecological habitat. Now let us discuss what are permanent traits. The tribal population of India is widely dispersed, but there are also concentrations in certain regions. About 85% of the tribal population lives in Middle India, a wide band stretching from Gujarat and Rajasthan in the west to West Bengal and Orissa in the east, with Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and parts of Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh forming the heart of this region. Of the remaining 15%, over 11% is in the northeastern states, leaving only a little over 3% living in the rest of India. If we look at the share of the tribals in the state population, then the northeastern states have the highest concentration, with all states except Assam having concentration of more than 30%, and some kind Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Nagaland with more than 60% and up to 90% of tribal population. In the rest of the country, however, the tribal population is very small, being less than 12% in all states except Orissa and Madhya Pradesh. The ecological habitats covered includes hill forest, rural plains and urban industrial areas. In terms of language, tribes are categorized into four categories. Two of them, Indo-Aryan and Dravidian, are shared by the rest of the Indian population as well, and tribes account for only about 1% of the former and about 3% of the latter. The other two languages groups, the Austric and Tibeto-Burman, are primarily spoken by tribals, who account for all of the first and over 80% of the second group. In physical racial terms, tribes are classified under the Negrito, Asteroid, Mongoloid, Dravidian, and Aryan categories. The last two are again shared with the rest of the population of India. In terms of size, tribes vary a great deal, ranging from about 7 million to some Andamanese islanders who may number less than 100 persons. The biggest tribes are the Gonds, Bhis, Santhals, Oranges, Minas, Bodos and Mundas, all of whom are at least a million strong. The total population of tribes around 8.2% of the population of India, or about 84 million persons according to 2001 census. Now let us discuss acquired traits. Classifications based on acquired traits use two main criteria: mode of livelihood and extent of incorporation into Hindu society, or a combination of the two. On the basis of livelihood, tribes can be categorized into fishermen, food gatherers, and hunters, shifting cultivators, peasants, and plantation and industrial workers. However, the dominant classification both in academic sociology as well as in politics and public affairs is the degree of assimilation into Hindu society. Assimilation can be seen either from the point of view of the tribes or, as has been most often the case, from the point of view of the dominant Hindu mainstream. From the tribe's point of view, apart from the extent of assimilation, attitude towards the Hindu society is also a major criteria, with differentiation between the tribes that are positively inclined towards Hinduism and those who resist or oppose it. From the mainstream point of view, tribes may be viewed in terms of status according to them in Hindu society, ranging from the high status given to some to the generally low status accorded to most. Now let us wind up the session, and thank you very much for engaging yourself with the Self Learning Podcast.